So this one, Quinn had brought up when I was talking to him the other day.
Okay.
And he actually pointed out a different movie. It's not exactly this one, but I couldn't remember the one he pointed out. But he said
You're such a good listener.
He said that he remembers coming over to my house or my grandma's house, and we all hung out and watched it, and then played what was that game? This is gonna drive me crazy now.
Face Your Fears.
Not Face Your Fears.
It wasn't that one. After watching History X.
That was the greatest moment of my life, is when you did that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Dynasty Warriors. We watched this movie, then we played Dynasty Warriors forever.
Okay.
Do you remember Dynasty Warriors?
Oh, absolutely. That was an amazing game.
Nah, it wasn't amazing, but that's alright. I won't hold that against you.
It was amazing.
Alright, so.
I'll save that for the video game podcast.
Yeah. What are we calling that?
I played that.
I played that. Played out.
There you go.
There are only 2 interior sets in the entire movie. Walter's store and Bert and Heather's basement. Every other shot is an exterior. That means outside.
Oh, thank you.
Just trying to help you out.
Walter's store. Okay. Was I part of this group that watched this movie?
I assume so.
Okay.
I'm positive you've seen it if you weren't a part of the Dynasty Warriors team. This is the first film as an actress of country music singer Reba McEntire.
Ugh. I'm Reba. I can't think of any movies with Reba McEntire.
What was that?
I'm Reba.
I remember she says that all the time. That's her catchphrase.
That's all she says.
Yeah. This movie has a body count of 8, not including sheep or horses.
What?
All right, ready? I'll give you the working titles for this film.
Okay.
Beneath Perfection, Dead Silence, and Land Sharks.
Was it Tremors?
Yes.
I vaguely remember watching parts of this movie.
This movie is crazy. So
that's a weird. Wasn't it not even the first one though? I feel like it was like one of the sequels to it. We just popped it in.
Yeah, that's what Quinn said. Quinn said it was Tremors 2, and I
think it was.
No memory of watching Tremors 2 in my entire life. I've seen Tremors.
I couldn't tell you anything that happens, but
I've seen Tremors multiple times. Tremors 2, I cannot remember for the life of me. I looked it up. I looked stuff up on it, and I was like, I have no idea what this movie is.
Yeah, I don't really remember the movie, but I do remember watching it for some reason.
Well, the first one has Kevin Bacon in it.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one.
Really?
I don't think so.
This is the one.
I definitely don't remember anything with Reba McEntire.
Yeah, I don't really remember her in this either. It was just one of the trivia. But Tremors are like giant worms that go around eating people if you step on them. And the whole movie is them just trying to survive this worm attack, basically.
The whole movie is them playing the game The Floor is Lava.
Pretty much.
To be honest, there's only 2 things that really stand out to me. And like I said, I'm pretty sure this is number 2. But it's the first time that I ever heard someone say, "Pardon my French," when they cussed. I thought that was so funny for some reason. And then the other one I remember, I feel like they're outside and they're on some like vehicles and they're trying to get from one to the other and they're almost pole vaulting, right?
Yeah.
And they have like a big long stick. And then like the guy, he's like the funny guy or the main, I don't know who, I couldn't even tell you who's in this movie at this point.
Yeah.
He like tries to go from one and he's like, goes off balance and he's like falling around and he ends up going backwards or something. And I thought it was like the funniest thing. And that's literally all I remember about that movie.
Now, I think this movie, at least from what I remember about it, it's been so long since I've seen Tremors or Tremors 2, if I ever saw that one. I don't think they felt like they were making a good movie at the time.
Yeah, so that was always the impression that I got, at least for number 2, was that it was like, not a parody, but just a dumb movie.
Yeah.
But everything that I've seen on the first one seems to take itself pretty seriously.
Mm.
I don't know.
What do you think about movies that are made kind of like this isn't as bad as Sharknado. Sharknado is really bad. And The Room is really bad, and this isn't like The Room. This is
But The Room was not supposed to be. It was not that was not his intentions.
Yeah, The Room was meant to be a masterpiece.
Yeah, well, and it was.
Yeah, that's true. He succeeded. But this isn't quite like a sci-fi, the TV movie. Like, I think the quality now matches the quality of what they're putting out. So like, but this is 27 years ago that Tremors came out.
Right.
So I think there's a lot of effort put behind it with knowing like, oh, this is just a fun movie. And those are the kind of movies that I can get behind, even though they're like, yeah, this is going to be bad, but we're just doing it because it's fun.
Right.
I don't like bad for bad's sake. Like, I feel like, I don't know, like Sharknado is on that line, right? The acting is bad. The lighting is bad. It's just lazily done. To me, that's exhausting. I don't like that much. Sharknado is like a special circumstance, but for the most part, with Tremors, it being bad isn't necessarily a negative. Like,
yeah, no, I see what you're saying.
Like the idea is like, oh, this is just fun. Like, don't worry about it. We just made this because we thought it was a fun idea.
It's just a movie. It's not real. Yeah.
What's your opinion?
And you think that's where Tremors falls?
I think so. What do you think?
Well, like I said, since those are the only 2 scenes that I remember, I would say I agree. Because in this moment of, like, their lives are at stake, they're about to die from these underground worms, the dude is like, I just remember him being like some goofy guy, and it just like not taking his life seriously, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I could see what you're saying, but I wish I remembered more about this movie.
Like, cause that's what I hear. I never watched it because it looks awful. I don't know if you've seen it. The Piranha movies.
Oh, no.
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 So it's hard.
I feel like those are the same as Sharknado.
Yeah. Maybe. Cause it's hard, cause you hear people talk about this stuff, and when I hear someone who sounds like excited, like earnestly excited about something, I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds really good. And I heard Paul Scheer talking about, I think it was Piranha Triple D or something like that. It was the 3D version, and he was in it, I think. And
yeah.
And he made it sound like it was going to be good. I never watched it because it looked awful.
That's his job.
No, I know. I'm just saying I'm a sucker for someone who can sell it, I guess.
Unless it's me, you automatically hate it if I've shown any interest in it whatsoever.
Well, you have history.
Yeah, a pretty good history.
Of choosing bad movies.
Agreed to disagree. So, tell me what you remember plot-wise of this movie.
Plot-wise, I think there was a farmer, and the Tremors started going around and eating their sheep. And they're like, where are all our sheep going? What's going on? And then so they went out looking, and one of the farmer's buddies gets eaten by the Tremor. Or I looked it up, it was a graboid or something like that, is the name of their what they're called, the giant worms.
Oh, they're not called Tremors?
No.
Okay.
And so then there's like a small group of people in this little tiny, I want to say Texas, but I don't know if that's true. This small little town who are trying to fight off these graboids or whatever they're called, the giant worms, but they only have like guns and they're not really that effective. And so they have to hide on roofs and stay in cars and get stuck on a rock and end up. The last thing, they finally, like, they kill the last one, because I think there's two of them, and they kill the big boss one or whatever by running at a cliff and then stopping right at the last second, and the Tremor shoots out through the cliff face and crushes itself on the ground.
Ah, okay. Genius.
And everybody cheers.
Right. Cheerworthy.
But that's about all I remember of this movie. I remember liking it.
The scene that I described, did that sound familiar?
It sounds familiar, and I think you might be right about it being Tremors 2, especially since Quinn and you both think it's Tremors, a sequel of Tremors.
Huh. It could be then. But that's all that I remember.
Yeah.
And I do vaguely, I remember something like how you said they like were stuck on a rock.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's the same scene that I'm thinking of.
Although I think that happens
like
in every Tremors movie.
It's the staple of the franchise.
Yeah.
We gotta get stuck on a rock.
Well, so if Tremors 1 comes on TV, are you gonna watch it? You gonna change the channel?
I think that at this point in my life, I will watch it. If it's at the beginning.
Yeah. I have a hard time because I keep forgetting that this is a rating scale of how good the movie is. And I'm like, no, I wouldn't watch that. Like, if it came on TV right now, I would definitely just change the channel. But I think it is one worth seeing. And so I'm like on the fence of I might watch it till commercial.
Yeah, I mean, I can't promise that once I start watching, I'll be like, oh gosh, this is horrible, and then change the channel.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. I was like, it's good enough to where I might give it a chance. But if it doesn't,
I would definitely give it a chance.
If it doesn't hook me in 5 minutes, I'll probably like, you know what, I'm gonna just go ahead and watch something else.
Did you know that there are 5 of these movies?
Yes.
That sounds
unnecessary. Awesome. Do you have a movie you want to see?
Yeah, definitely should have thought of this ahead of time. But I will say I do. So I finally, not that it's really finally, it's not a super old movie, but I watched the movie Argo. Have you seen this?
Yeah, that's actually one I put on my list of movies I want to see. I haven't seen it. Sorry, that's what I meant to say.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Yeah, definitely. No, I haven't seen it. So I watched this movie this week. It's pretty good. So it got me think I want to watch The Town, also directed by Ben Affleck.
Oh, I've seen that.
Okay.
The Town is pretty good. Ben Affleck is
actually I've heard it's good.
A pretty good director.
From what I've seen, he is a good director. He also did, what was it, Gone Baby Gone?
Gone Baby Gone?
Yeah.
Or Gone Girl. He was in Gone Girl.
He was in Gone Girl. He did not direct that.
No.
Gone Baby Gone. Have you seen that one?
No.
That's a pretty good one, too.
Is it?
It's about a kidnapping of a baby that's gone.
Oh, those are my least favorite movies.
Oh, Baby Gones?
Yeah, Baby Gone movies.
Do you know a lot of other Baby Gone movies?
There's Ransom. It's kind of a Baby Gone movie.
Ransom. Isn't that the one where Harrison Ford gets kidnapped?
No, this is the one where Mel Gibson's son gets kidnapped and he has to pay the ransom.
Oh, is that from the 90s?
Yeah.
Is there a scene where they feed this kid like cough medicine?
Yes.
I've seen this movie. My parents rented it a long time ago.
It's very upsetting.
I remember them feeding him cough medicine and then also chocolate.
Maybe. I remember the handcuffs on his wrist were like cutting into his skin.
I don't recall the movie other than that. I don't think I was supposed to be watching it.
Yeah, me either.
But I just was so bothered because at the time, and I guess even now, without any context, I cannot figure out for the life of me why they are feeding this kid cough medicine.
I don't know. I assume he was sick, right?
I don't know. In my head, it was just to torture him because kids don't like medicine. I was like, oh, that's horrible. I hate cough medicine. I don't know. That's the only thing. It stands out to me. Oh, that, and then there's a scene where...
Wait, before you move on, going back to cough medicine, do you remember Joey? Well, I know you remember Joey. But
yes, vaguely.
I was just trying to bring it up for people who don't know Joey.
You guys remember Joey, right? Everyone?
You guys, you don't need me to preface who Joey is. Everyone remembers Joey.
Classic Joey.
Anyways, Joey and his sister drank...
Which one?
The older one.
Kirsten? Yes.
So their parents bought a Costco-sized thing of Dimetapp.
Oh, that's the worst.
And so it's like, I think he said it was like 48 bottles or something like that. And I don't know how true this was. He could have been exaggerating quite a bit. Joey, if you're listening, you're going to have to...
Calling you out, Joey.
...give some evidence. But I have this strong memory of him telling me that they split it, the case of it. They snuck in and just started downing bottles of Dimetapp. And both...
That sounds horrendous.
...had to go to the hospital and get their stomachs pumped because they drank so much Dimetapp.
Really?
Yeah. But like...
We'll have to get some verification on the story, but that is interesting.
Maybe it was like 24 bottles in the thing and they split it. But
oh, well, that's no problem. I do that.
The volume of liquid you'd have to drink is the part that I'm starting to question.
Yeah, there's no room for all that volume.
I don't know. Maybe Joey was lying to me. Maybe it was 12 bottles and they drank like 5 and 7 or something like that. I don't know.
Even
Joey,
then,
Joey, if you're listening,
one bottle is too much.
We're going to need some clarification on this.
Clear it up, Joey. Call in right now. Call us on the show. The fact that he's not calling, he's hiding.
Yeah. He's trying to keep it a secret. Well, if you want...
Yeah, go ahead. Back to what I was saying. My movie is The Town.
Yeah, The Town. Good movie.
So is Argo.
I have not seen Argo. I cannot stand by that opinion.
Okay, got it.
We are professionals.
Very, very professional.
If you would like to get a hold of us, you can reach us at ISeenThatPod on Twitter or me directly at AlanRJR.
And I am at Taylor Enixon.
And then if you like the show and you'd like to hear the episodes a week early, you can go over there and vote for us with $1 and you'll get access to all the episodes a week in advance.
Yeah, and also, apparently, you can make us watch a bad movie of your choosing.
Yeah.
Is that with any donation?
$10.
$10. Got it.
Yeah. My fear, I realized yesterday is,
yes.
Like if 1 million people donate $10 all at the same time, what are we going to do?
We're going to take the money and run.
Oh, okay.
Tell them we'll get to it. We're going to have to watch multiple movies at the same time.
Well, there's not even 1 million movies. How many movies have ever been made?
I bet there's 1 million movies.
No. You think
Because I'm pretty sure that Christopher Walken is in 900,000 movies by himself. You know, that's my best Christopher Walken.
Let's see. I doubt Google's going to have this answer, but let's see. It has been estimated that there is approximately 500,000 movies.
All right, so we're halfway there.
Halfway. So we have to cap it at 500,000 people can donate.
Well, here's the thing, though. If 1 million people did it, the chances of repeats, I feel like, are pretty high.
You don't think everyone's going to have their own choice?
We should make, no. There's not that many movies. They can't.
500,000? If 500,000 people do it? Or are you talking about 1 million? If 1 million people do it?
Either. If we got 500,000 people to choose a movie, I think we'd have one duplicate.
No. We're going to have to test this out.
All right. People, get to task.
We need 1 million volunteers to give us $10 and choose a movie.
Yeah.
It'll be very scientific to see if you guys overlap or not.
Like, we're not really in it for the money, but the money has to be there for us to start.
Yeah.
So do that, get that out of the way, then we'll start the scientific process.
We'll be back next week after you guys have done this with our findings.
Yeah, I assume this will be done within the week.
I think so.